What's up, everybody? It's Luke with the Williford brothers, and today we're at our Laundromat Bootcamp. Today's tour day, so we're going to be loading all the guys up in vans and taking them around to several of our Laundromat locations. It's going to be a great day for guys to get hands-on and actually see what's going on, see behind the scenes, see the nuts and bolts. We're excited about today. We think it's going to be a great day. Follow along. We're going to show you the way.
Hey everybody, my name is Brandon Understall. I'm with Best Wash Laundromats based out of St. Louis, Missouri. My team and I had the great pleasure coming down to see the Williford's operation. I actually got to come down about 4 years ago to the first boot camp and kind of see what the Wash House brand is all about. And I can honestly say that it was life-changing just to see the company, the culture that the Williford brothers have created in the Wash House, just the way that they serve their customers and just serving with excellence, and not just being a place where people come and wash clothes, but being a place where you're part of the community as the community laundromat in the North Carolina area.
I met Luke through my dad. He actually met Luke through a funny story through my cousin and stuff. But I met Luke through him, and I follow him on Instagram and all that. So that's where I met him from.
I had heard of Luke. I followed him on Instagram and YouTube. Listened to him a couple times, but how we met is actually pretty interesting. We was at the Clean Show there in Florida, and before going, we had kind of talked amongst ourselves about, who we'd like to meet. And the first person that came to my mind was Luke and Lee. And so that night, we're believers. We believe in the power of prayer. And the night before we went to the Clean Conference, I just prayed and asked the Lord to set up an appointment for our paths to cross. And it's interesting because the next day we went and got our lanyards and everything signed up, and we're walking back to go look at some exhibitors, and we walk in the door, and as soon as we walk in, Luke is walking out of the elevator. And so just right there is a confirmation on us and God aligning our paths. And so that's how we met Luke, and he was an acquaintance, but now I consider him a friend.
Robbie Boyd from Oklahoma. About probably 8-9 months ago, we had met Brandon from Best Wash in St. Louis, and he told us, hey, you guys need to follow, or you guys need to go meet Luke Williford. So that's how it was mentioned to us. Well, neat thing that happened is there was a real estate guy kind of out of Las Vegas that puts on this golf tournament in Missouri, and my cousin went to that. And he ended up sending me a picture when he was there. He said, hey, do you know this guy? And the picture was Luke. That's, well, I don't know him, but I follow him and followed him on Facebook and stuff. So that's kind of how I met him. My cousin introduced us through a text, and we met at the Clean Show, run into him in the middle of the hall and spent a good 15 minutes with him. He told us about this, and we've come here, and this has just been a great experience.
I'm Chelsea Wyford with Vicaro Laundromat in the Texas Panhandle.
I'm Ben Wyford with Vicaro Laundromat. So we've heard about Luke through YouTube, social media, and whatnot. Reached out to him for some advice, and he invited us to come to the boot camp. It's been great. We've learned a lot from Luke and Lee, but also the other participants that are here. So it's very good value and a great opportunity to learn and to network, and we plan to scale in the business, and hopefully we can come back again for it.
Yeah, I'd come back again and wish we would have came back even before our first laundromat. I think you get a lot of insight, a lot of great advice, and being able to see a lot of really well put together laundromats is a great opportunity.
Hey, my name is Paul Pettifer, and I've known Luke for a long time. I think 16 years ago we met at one of the industry events, and so we've been friends. We have a couple great things in common. One is laundromats, obviously, and then we both love the Lord, and that's awesome, and really want to value leadership. And so that's one of the things I really admire about Luke, and really have benefited from our relationship with him, because he's really leaned into his role as leader in his company along with his brother. It's just been so fantastic to watch them lead and then to learn from them intently. And so it's really just been a blessing for my life to have encouragement and someone to model. They really raced ahead and set the standard for what it looks like to run a terrific large and growing laundromat operation. And so for me, because I have laundromats 22 years in and growing and all that kind of things, it's been really great to have a resource, both in terms of Luke as a friend, as a coach, and now coming to these boot camps. This is my second one.
I had the privilege of meeting Luke probably about 8 or 9 years ago. I was a dumb 21-year-old kid that was in the laundromat business. I think I had 3 stores and I was building my 4th one. I saw this cool guy from North Carolina on Instagram, and I slid into his DMs, and I never thought he would respond or anything like that. I think he responded like a month later. And, you know, we built a relationship. He took me under his wing just gradually at first, but then, you know, I started building a few more stores, and then he kind of saw what we were doing, and I was doing a lot of things right, but I was doing a lot of things wrong. And to have that big brother figure that was, you know, 7 years older than me or something like that, just be able to say, no, you need to do this, and this is how you do it, and it will make your life drastically better. Well, it was so contrary to what the industry usually is typical. So whenever he said these things, I didn't really listen at first, and then I tried one thing and I was like, whoa, this is impactful. Like, this impacted our business immediately. So I just started listening to everything he said, and, you know, we grew it from 4 locations to 17 locations, and now we have 31 open locations. So I can honestly say that this, like the Williford brothers, Luke and Lee Williford, I don't think anybody has changed my life or my family's life more dramatically than those 2 guys have. And a lot of it's thanks to like this boot camp, but just what they're building at the wash houses, impacting so many people. And if you have a chance, this is a place to be, this is a place to learn. And these are the people to learn from.
This is invaluable to us, really, because we are just getting started, and to have the opportunity to meet with someone like Luke that obviously has been in this for 18 years or somewhere around there and has multiple locations, and the knowledge and the just learning from him has been very it is really a lot to take in. I'm just very thankful for it.
Yeah. As far as this boot camp, I've learned, I mean, I'm pretty green at laundromats, but just coming here with the friendships I've gained, the conversations with all the people, it's been a great experience. And I've only been here for 2 days and known these guys for 2 days, but I could act like I could go, like tomorrow we're going to go golf. I feel like I can go golf with any of these guys and we'll be fine, have any conversation. And the experience has just been great. But I've learned a ton.
Yeah, for sure. And everybody here is really open and willing to help each other. And that's their goal. You know, we can't add anything to them, but they're adding a lot to us. And so coming to this boot camp, we have no laundromats as of right now. We have land and property to build, but we came in with 0 laundromats. But leaving, after getting to glean the information from the 20-something years that the Williford brothers have been in this, them being an open book, answering any questions we have, showing us their laundromats, how they run them, and just every detail we need to know, and even a lot that we didn't know coming in, but they shared with us. And so I would definitely say this boot camp has been worth every dollar, and I would definitely do it again.
You might ask, Paul, you 22 years in, you have laundromats, you've grown, why would you want to come to more boot camps? And the answer is because I have found it to be so wonderfully enriching. Yes, you get reminded of things you know. You build expertise and knowledge in each new layer of your organization. So I'm growing mine, like some of you guys have, and that's just been such a replenishing factor, reminding of things I already know or I maybe have heard, but there's a new twist on it because each new day brings a new set of circumstances, and so that's been so beautiful for me to come to this, my second boot camp. And certainly, if you're considering growing your laundry business, then I would absolutely recommend being a part of the Williford Brothers program and coming to a boot camp. And then another component of it that's just really wonderful, which is similar to many of the laundry things I've done, is you meet other people who are also wanting their organizations to be fabulous, grow and thrive, and those new relationships are always excellent as well. But love the Williford brothers, Luke and Lee, and I'm so grateful to the chance to be a part of this boot camp and all the future ones.
Yeah, so honestly, I still think I'm processing a lot of things. I'm a slow learner, but just taking those lessons of their company culture. A laundromat needs to have it needs to have a culture of just what you believe and what you stand for. And you can just walk into the door of the wash house and you can feel the difference of, this isn't just a laundromat that, you know, you come in there and you wash your clothes. It's family focused. It's got the kids corner. It's got the cleanliness. It's got the safety. It's got the good lighting. There's so many things that make a great laundromat, and they've been able to implement that, and not just implement that at 1 or 2 stores, but at scale. And that's what we're trying to learn how to do.
All right, thank y'all all for being here. But that's the conclusion of this. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.